I am happy. Oh, you're going live? Okay. It's telling me I'm going live, but I'm not sure if I am live or what's going on. I don't know, but I think I am. Anyway, I wanted to do another walk and talk now that I've settled after all the 5G stuff, and there's been a lot going on in our world, or in my world, in our world collectively, actually. It's a little bit rainy here, so I've got the umbrella out again. First thing is we are going into major change, and I suppose a lot of us are feeling it because anxiety, nervousness is coming to a peak, but also exhaustion as well. And I'd add to that we all have an inner knowing that something's big is about to happen, something big is about to change, but we're not quite sure what it is. Now, there's two sides to that. The split has happened, and perhaps many of us have felt that also, that split in realities between 3D and 5D. And so with that split, the period of grace that Kassandra was talking about is finished. It's finished. We have to choose what side of the fence we want to sit on and what sort of reality we really want. And we're being pushed to it. So some of you, that's why the anxiety, that's why I suppose the exhaustion is that you're being pushed to make a decision. Everything has been shoved in your face so strongly that it gets to a point where you can't take it anymore. I know that's definitely the case for me, many a day. So there's that going on as well. And so because this inner knowing understands that something big is about to happen, obviously with all of the rhetoric that we're receiving from MSM and also from a lot of influencers that are, let's say, making money from the fear. And that's another subject, you know, you're noticing a lot of this channel, this platform is only allowing fluff on. I'm having a video taken down a week. They're going back through, you know, when I began. If I used the word beginning with V or anything, DNA, actually, I won't say that completely. If I use any of those words, they take the videos down. Anything about the clash of realities, they're taking down. So it tells me that I'm on the right subject. If YouTube is taking those subjects down off my channel, then I'm on the right, I'm on the money for sure, because they wouldn't take it down otherwise. And the other thing is that, you can hear the birds. There's some beautiful trees here too. So the other thing is also that when we think about this big inner knowing of something big is about to happen, of course, because of all of this rhetoric we're receiving, we think it's something bad. But actually, what if it's something really good for you? It may be bad in the world. There may be chaos going on. We may be forced into situations. A lot of people may be forced into situations they actually don't want to be in. So more of the V's, you know what they are, more money collapse. I won't say the other word. There's going to be a lot of things going on. And remember what Kassandra said. Every single system is going to collapse. So do you have to be part of that collapse? Probably not. Are you part of the new and the beginning of the new and the structure of the new and the creation of the new? I'd say yes. If you're listening to this, then yes, you are part of that. So rejoice in that. Raise your vibration, raise your frequency by rejoicing in the fact that you are part of the new, and everything that's going on right now is simply the collapse of the old. And there are many people who want to be involved in it. They need to be involved in it in order to believe it, because there's a lot of people who don't believe it. But those of us that do believe it, we don't have to be part of it. And you might say, but what about saving those that, the innocent ones who do believe in it, you know, family members, friends, people in your community that you love, right? What about them? I can't leave them behind. Look, the last few years, everyone has had the opportunity to get informed. Everyone has had the opportunity to awaken. They've chosen their path. And if you're dragging them on your back on the path now, all you're doing is slowing yourself down and you're not helping them. Because the only way they're going to get it is to actually realize it themselves. Doesn't matter how much you say. Doesn't matter. Look, I've actually sent people videos, I've done all of that, the truth about this, the truth about that. Look at these statistics, look at what's going on here and there and everything. And they don't even look at it. They don't want to know. They just think I'm a whack job. So what can I do? There's nothing I can do but watch. Maybe in some cases that's what I'm doing because they're people close to me, family members. So sometimes I just have to watch this. And it's hard. It's very confronting. But on the other side, I go, okay, well, if I'm part of the new, then I need to be rejoicing in that and creating that and not all this pain and suffering, especially internally. I realise, recently in my travels, and we're going to go travelling again this week, so it can be intense. But anyway, in these travels, meeting different people from different places, I'm realising the parts of me that are stuck in the past, the parts of me that are stuck in fear, the parts of me that are still creating the old paradigm, and I'm having to let go. And it's like in some time, the dark night of the soul, where you feel like your brain is splitting because it's like, do you really believe in God, or are you just bullshitting? Basically, that's the thing, So the trust thing is huge for me. I haven't had a lot of people in my life that I can trust from the very beginning. So trust is a huge, huge thing. And I do trust in spirit. But when I see all of this stuff, when I'm confronted, people sending me videos and all of this information, and they're trying to get me to react, and it's all over the internet. I'm not saying, I'm just saying it's all around me, and it's all around you. So it's all around all of us. If you're on the internet, it's all around you, and it's really hard to not react to that, or to go into fear, or to feel. No, the big thing is for me is to feel that I really trust in what I'm receiving. So it's not about me trusting another person at this moment. It's about me trusting myself and what I am receiving. And I think all of us are going through this removal of the indoctrination, the brainwave frequency that's going into all of us and altering our thoughts and the way that we think and the way that we feel, and having to go within. That's the reason. Look, I've been asked for years to do this Adrianic silent retreat that I'll run at the beginning of December, and I will do another one in January if anyone's interested, because the guidance is saying to me, and it's not easy to hold space for people who are internally going through their disconnection from it all, right? So that's why I'm going through this disconnection also, because I'm realising, and I used to do a lot of retreats with monks, and so this will be something like that, but with the 21st century. So it's taking this old tradition, the old ways, and bringing them into the 21st century of our lives. And so creating a balance with that. But the idea is to release all of the stuff that we've been imprinted with over these years. And when you release that from your mind, you can go through shaking, physical things as well. Crying, you can go through pain, you can go through a lot of things, especially when what you believe is being challenged. But it's not being challenged by someone, it's being challenged by you, yourself. So as you release the old stuff that you've been programmed with, you are challenging your connection to yourself and the divine. And that's huge, because then we go into trusting the divine, and I know I'm going through another layer of that at the moment. Huge. I surrendered to God years ago, but this is something on a whole new level for me, you know. So it's very big. And also this morning I was listening to someone who was talking about this platform and how, you know, they're being demonetized and all this stuff is going on. And then what flashed in my head, you know, I was really staunch about this. No, I'm not monetizing. I'm not doing it because I don't want to give them money to brainwash you lot, right? But also when you read the fine print, they actually have, oh, what's that? It's a wind, big wind. They have, what is it? Ownership of your subject, of your, what you've put on. Intellectual property. They have ownership of your intellectual property. So when I read that fine print, I was like, no, but I didn't feel comfortable with it anyway. And now I'm seeing all of these influencers moaning because they got used to making money. And now what's happening is that the platform is demonetizing them after a few days, but they keep the ads on, so they don't get paid for the ads, and they're giving more and more ads. Have you noticed? Anyone who monetizes, you get so many ads, it's just it drives you crazy. So that's also another reason was also that I don't want people to get driven crazy when they're listening to me by ads. So yeah, there's the ad thing, there's the money thing, and of course when you get used to earning that amount of money from advertising, when it goes, you're very distressed. And you can see they're really distressed. I mean, some people left their jobs to do this and now they've lost their income. So it's hard. It's really hard. It's getting very windy. So I do understand that it's a huge shift, but also in my own self, I'm going, well, you knew you were making money off a platform that was brainwashing people and changing the emotional landscape of this planet. In other words, pushing hate and fear. And if you are making money from an employer that does that, it's not good for your soul, right? It's not good for you. So it's better to, and also, well, it hasn't turned out to be good for a lot of them in the end, right? So I'm happy that I chose not to do that. But also, like I said, with this change that's coming, because you're sensing it and everything around you is telling you it's something horrible, you know, that's not good. It's actually not something horrible, especially if you're aligned. You're part of the new earth. You're part of birthing that, bringing it forth, the ideas, the creativity, the structure, all of it. You're part of it. So embrace it, enjoy it, and try to, like I am, like get into nature. That really helps me. Meditation helps me no end. That connection really helps me. And also being with people that I can laugh with and enjoy with, because you know, a lot of us are holding space. We're all holding space for people in trauma. And so we need, when we have the time off, to do it in a gentle way to ourselves, with kindness towards ourselves. And talking to yourself helps too. It helps me a lot. Yes, Susan, you can do it. Yeah, you know, you can do this. So I talk to myself a lot. I always have. And I think there's a great benefit to that, psychologically and also with your imprint. When you're telling yourself something positive, that you can do it, that it's okay, you can handle it, you'll get through it. You will get through it, and you will do it, because sometimes we have to parent ourselves. And we are at spiritual adulthood right now. And those individuals who haven't gotten the memo, or they haven't aligned with it, maybe they're still spiritual children, and that's okay too, right? But we don't have to rescue them, because we're moving out of that whole thing of rescuer, victim, persecutor. And we're moving into clarity, compassion, co-creation. So just remember that, okay? and everything will be fine. You're part of the new. You don't need to worry. When you feel that worry and you feel that tension and you feel that anxiety, ask yourself, what have you been listening to? Who have you been listening to? Where have you been to engage in that? You know, when you have to go into a hospital, like just recently I had to go into a hospital, and it's intense. Everybody's fearful. You know, there's lots of anxiety, panic, fear, pressure from all sides, from the staff and the people there who are in pain. So you have to really be able to go within to cope with it. Even though it's going to drain you, you'd have to be a bit silly to think it's not going to drain you on some level. You're going to feel physically tired from being in there, and physically tired from having to hold your energy in a particular stance to survive it, right? So you're going to be tired. That's normal. Just remember, you know, going within, taking a breath. I do the God above me, God below me thing a lot. And I breathe in, I am peace, all is peace. I do a lot of that. And I talk to myself a lot, and that helps me to stay clear and to stay sane. That's the dog, you know, because he barks at everything that goes past. Anyway, I better go. Love you and leave you. And hopefully I'll see you Wednesday for the healing. We're going to continue with the healings. Oh, I hope I don't get wet. And Saturday mornings for the meditations. And also, like I said, if you're interested in January's retreat, just let me know, because it's really, really important to have that connection right now and to trust in yourself, right? So this is not about me trusting in God. It's going deeper than that, because God is it's like trusting the God within, if I could explain it like that, because we still see God as something external that's more powerful than us. I'm not saying I'm God at all. What I'm suggesting is that it's about trusting yourself and trusting that you following that inspiration that you receive from God is going to have an outcome. As long as it doesn't come from ego, you're fine. Okay? Lots of love. Bye.